double-check the pronunciation during the break. And there
English is just too inconsistent of a language.
There's no consistent rules on it because if you look, there's a lot of different words with EI that aren't after C and they're pronounced in all kinds of different ways. But it's an American game. The developers pronounce it Veigar because they hate me. So we'll just run with that. Zeri going to be the first pick here. Nautilus is the answer. And then hovering a Ryze here for Creme, which definitely has been a highlight pick for Creme. This would lean in to that mid-jungle that we were talking about.
Yeah, 100% win rate so far. Has only gotten his hands on it twice. But like you said, Zeri going to be on the side of Weibo. Huanfeng has already pulled that one out, so wouldn't be too surprised to see it kept in the AD carry role. But like we highlighted, Weibo are very, I'd say, they have a lot of charisma when it comes to what champions they play and where they're willing to put them. So going to keep an eye on it if it is a potential flex. HEcarim, also something we highlighted coming out that wasn't banned. I'm actually a bit surprised that OMG didn't just opt into picking that one away. And it's going to set up for the Orianna and HEcarim combo. So Zeri now confirmed in that bottom side. I shouldn't say that because TheShy's on the Rift and you really never know. And the quick answer of the Tristana, which we know, right, can look for those early all-ins to try and set the Zeri behind, take out of the game. You have the Buster Shot later on to really keep some of these foes away, like the Zeri and the HEcarim.
I'm just saying, Tristana pretty good against Orianna, is my understanding, in the mid lane as well. So we could see Shanji on Ryze. I'm just throwing it out there. Let's not get too ahead of ourselves. So it's an option. Alistair going to be banned away by OMG as they look towards the support pool here. Weibo, I think they're going to assume that Ryze is to the mid lane and perhaps could go for some jungle bans.
Yeah, and taking away some of these junglers that can look to early pressure the HEcarim, that's been something we've been seeing a lot. We saw it earlier today in the first series as well, where just consistently look for those early game invades. I remember Ox was hitting on it about like the big thing last year, right? When you had the Udyr versus HEcarim, Udyr just consistently being able to shut the HEcarim down in the early game. So nice to see, you know, Weibo recognizing, taking away some of these early pressure junglers. And for OMG, right, us hitting on that would be their win condition coming into this series.
Certainly would be. Sin's out gone, and Lee Sin already taken off the board earlier on in the draft. HEcarim also in the hands of Weibo. Feels like Viego, perhaps the other standout jungler that could be taken off the board here by Weibo. But in fact, just gonna ban the Renekton, try and remove that safety from Shanji.
Yeah, they're going to instantly go towards the Graves. Has been another pick that Shanji has hovered over towards. And just another real standout in terms of blind pick top laners. Once Gwen's off the board, I feel like Graves has been what we've seen most consistently blind pick for that top lane. Of course, technically could be a jungler, but I really do wholeheartedly expect it to go into the hands of Shanji. Now for Weibo of where to answer. I wonder if TheShy just going to go towards the tank once again. Jace, though, being left open. Nope. There we go.
TheShy's like, you'd like to see this, wouldn't you? But I'm playing Sion again, because that's all I play nowadays. He is just becoming a Sion one-trick here in the LPL as he locks it in once more. Now to decide on the support lock-in. We're seeing a lot of big tanks here. A lot of Set hovered, a lot of Galio hovered as well. We want some engage, and perhaps some protection for this squad. But will be this Set locked in here for On? That's an exciting support lock-in.
Yeah, I'm a little bit surprised to see it come out. Again, of course, Set usually taken to look for these really aggressive early plays. The fact that you're able to blow your flash level 1 because you're going to take the Hex flash, just try and set up like a really nice E and blow the enemy AD carry flash. But Zeri, not usually the champion who wants to go for these types of early skirmishes, will bring some value later on, though, especially, you know, Cold looking to go to the enemy team, maybe set up for a really nice showstopper coming out from On straight into the enemy team. And then another Shanji special, a champion he's gravitated towards, I think has looked phenomenal on in team fights. So far, 2-0 on the Aatrox in this split. Does have a favorable matchup into the Sion in the early game. Again, you can just look to keep out-trading him with those Qs. And OMG coming out with an aggressive option. They did decide to put the Graves in the jungle. And for Weibo, more scaling, more team fighting. Again, it's all about the insane 5v5 that is able to come out. So kind of similar dichotomy to game 1, but I will say it's more holistic for OMG. OMG's whole comp in each of their lanes able to play aggressively. There is setup for Graves, especially in mid and bot. So we're going to see if OMG can just pummel through Weibo. They were able to find the gold lead game 1. We're going to see if they can get a bigger one this time around.
And I like that they've completely changed tack coming into game number 2, right? We saw this ranged composition game number 1, didn't really work out for them. Changing things up, going way more aggressive, having that mid jungle 2v2 that can be aggressive. And also Shanji up in this top side, now having a counter pick, having this Aatrox as well, right? This is a pick that we've seen from him a couple of times already. 100% win rate so far. Shanji has looked fantastic on this Aatrox. Almost 5 KDA over those 2 games. So I feel like Shanji will be much more comfortable up in that top side. And with Aki and Creme having a strong 2v2, a good 2v2 down in that bottom side with Abel and Cold on Nautilus Tristana as well. This feels like plenty of avenues for OMG to find leads.
Yeah, and especially when you're hitting on, like, going in the enemy jungle, abusing the HEcarim, trying to find your own leads. With the fact that you are going to be able to get prio pretty much throughout all of, at least through top and bot early, Orianna should be able to win the isolated 1v1 against the Ryze for the, early portion of the game before Ryze does get a few more levels under his belt. Point is, you have push inside, you should be able to find avenues to go and look for some of these aggressive invades, maybe try and put SofM behind and get Aki ahead.
Now we'll see. We'll see if it's going to happen. In the mid-jungle 2v2, we've got 3 phase rushes out of the 4, and all 4 running sorcery runes. Not that that matters at all, but just amusing to see. I am curious to see what Weibo's game plan is going to be here, because I feel like on the scaling conversation, I'd definitely give Weibo the advantage. But from what we've seen, Weibo quite happy to match pretty much whatever, even if it's not necessarily the smartest thing to do.
Yeah, I'm curious to see where SofM will put most of his attention. I kind of surprisingly expect it to be bot lane, which is not where SofM usually plays towards, really almost ever. But on, again, taking the set this time around, having more aggressive options come out. You have double aggressive summoners in Huanfeng taking the Exhaust and on taking the Ignite. So wouldn't be too surprised to see SofM after the early game, right? Maybe go for that full clear, then come out strong and just play with Huanfeng and on. Set Abel and Cold behind and don't let Tristana be able to find the advantage that she's looking for.
Yeah, that'd be the goal. Try and deny Abel finding the snowball. Because the second that Tristana does get ahead, man, you never get back in that line. Tristana is so oppressive when she finds an early lead. But also, Tristana, very likely to be gankable, right? That was a very close very close hook from Cold and an emote coming out from the Weibo bot lane to answer it. But this Tristana naturally will push that bottom lane. And yes, you do have the rocket jump to be able to keep yourself somewhat safe, but you inevitably will push up in that lane and therefore make yourself vulnerable to games.
Yeah, so for SofM, that's the expected plan. Again, once he does get through this first clear, for Aki, you have more options. I think a lot of it's going to be just like hovering around mid, enabling Creme to get the push, and then looking towards bot as a 4-man unit. That is where we saw OMG be successful earlier this split, and again, covers their bot lane from some of the weaknesses that they have shown. They didn't show those weaknesses in lane in game 1, as they were the team that came out with the 2v2 kill, but still, nice to see OMG, again, getting a composition that more suits their strengths and weaknesses.
And it feels really positive, right, that bottom lane, after getting the 2v2 kill in game number 1, OMG and the coaching staff at OMG are happy to double down on that, right? They're like, look, Abel, Cold, you guys did a great job. Yeah, outplayed Huanfeng on. Let's do that again, And also, up against this Zeri set combo, I'm kind of curious how this is going to work out, because it's not a combo that I've actually seen just yet. Set not really been in the meta since Zeri came out.
Yeah, but we're going to have to turn our attentions towards the top side. SofM actually going to be the one to look for an early gank, as Shanji has that push in this lane.
Yeah, TheShy just trying to look juicy, trying to keep Shanji here. SofM actually held onto his E in case Shanji flashed there. Nicely done. But Shanji over the wall now. Looks like he'll get away with his life. A good attempt from SofM. Did cost him his ghost as the Haymaker comes out on bot side. Just trading back and forth there. But a good gank out from SofM and a good response from Shanji.
Yeah, very tempered response, right? Because, I mean, he could have just, instinctively just blown his flash right away, still gotten CC'd into the enemy team, but no, he holds, dissects the situation, waits and says, hey, I can go over this wall. SofM won't have a way of following me, of course, because he's on the HEcarim, doesn't take flash, not level 6 yet, so doesn't have that ultimate either. Shanji sticking around, though, because does want to try and get this wave in, so he does get the bounce back. Getting some nice trades onto TheShy so far as well.
Yeah. such is the way that this lane is likely to go, especially with TheShy going for spell but not grasp. So all in the bottom side now. Abel having to cleanse, and we'll be able to get that rocket jump out to safety, but Cold just getting hammered away. Actually, Ignite coming out onto Cold there at the very late in the trade. A little bit surprised to see Sion use the summoner.
Yeah, and ooh, we're gonna go straight from aggression in bot to aggression in top. Aki looking for this dive. TheShy, half HP, doesn't have any mana.
Yeah, Shanji not that healthy right now either. I don't know if this is necessarily the wisest of dives, but Aki gonna hold the wave, let these minions come underneath the tower. TheShy doing a really good job of trying to deny that game plan, and a good flash means that Aki has to just walk away.
Yeah, especially the fact that there wasn't a wave there for OMG, right? Because I think Shanji being low on HP is fine. Aki can go in, tank up the first turret shots, allow Shanji to finish off, you back off. But the fact that TheShy was able to get that wave cleared allows him to just be able to flash away. Will TP back into lane with the tier in double cloth armor, so he's still going to be fine up there. CS pretty much even. And that's pretty much the story across the board. CS even everywhere except jungle, where SofM is going to be 3 camps up after this. Aki does have 2 camps up to close in on that distance, but still not much impact anywhere, which, hey, that favors Weibo, right? When we're talking about OMG having the comp that kind of needs to get ahead early, find these like early aggressive skirmishes to snowball. I think Weibo are fine if this game stays even. Heck, slightly in their favor in terms of gold.
Yeah, ever so slightly, but still plenty of time for that to change. Of course, this one is SofM on the top side of the map. He's cleared all of his camps, and now's the chance to look for an opportunity as level 6 for TheShy in that top side. SofM toying with the idea of a dive. Remember, Shanji, no flash after the previous play that SofM made to this top side. SofM focusing the total opposite side of the map to where we were expecting at the start of things, but looks like it will just be Krugs in the end.
It opens up the dragon coming out for the side of OMG. We did see Creme start to hover down on the minimap when SofM was looking topside, but there is a control ward there for the side of Weibo, so bot lane had backed off. OMG decided just to go for the dragon in the end. Overall, solid decision come out from them is Creme looking for some really aggressive trades.
You love to see it, honestly. With the way that this game has been going, I feel like OMG need to get aggressive as a whole team. SofM, though, away this red buff for himself. He's not even going to smite this one as he goes over the wall with his ulti and saves his smite for the chicken. Says, thank you very much. Aki, I'll take those. Aki trying to go for the 1v1, but he's a level down and he just gets solo killed by SofM, who's now out sustaining Creme's damage. What is this? The shockwave in! I cannot believe they get away with that!
Yeah, Weibo completely turning around the 1v1 into pretty much a 2v2 coming out from their side. We've been highlighting their whole top side has really been a standout so far this split. Getting that gold lead even further ahead. More action coming in the bot side.
Gold taking a massive chunk there. Huanfeng playing so aggressively. It's just going to be trading in that bottom side, but man, that 2v2 in the jungle, I cannot believe that they got away with it. I can't believe Weibo won that one. It's an unmitigated disaster for OMG.
Yeah, we do see SofM, hits level 6, so has the ultimate to be able to get in. Aki kind of dodges that one out, but still also having to red buff there for the extra damage. Creme coming in, but still, I mean, you pretty much hit everything on both sides, right? Just the extra stats coming on the side of SofM, the burn as well. And then Angel able to follow up, had pretty much just enough mana to get that one ult off, allowing him to find the kill and SofM run away.
Yeah, I was looking at the end. That auto that came out at the end, he was literally 0 mana. So very, very much on the edge for the side of Weibo, but on the edge is good enough because they're 1 and 0 apiece in that mid jungle. We talked about who was going to win the mid and jungle being a deciding factor in the series. It's looking good for Weibo in game 2, but the Herald will go the way of OMG. No significant contest here. Apparently TheShy starting to struggle up in this top side. He is real low, and there are more players from OMG encroaching, but Weibo are here to contest. TheShy needs to play this one a little careful. It's going to be Cold with a hook. Good ult out from TheShy to keep himself safe as SofM goes in 1v4. He's quite happy to apparently just walk up. No respect for OMG's laners on this one. Fear onto the entire team. SofM literally just going 1v4 into the tower. He got a kill. I don't know what's happening, Lyric.
You know the best part of it was the fact that OMG are like, my god, he's running in. The others must just all be right there around the corner. Like let's not turn on him. And then like it slowly hits them like, wait. No, he actually is just running in by himself. Herald dropped. OMG kind of posturing like they want to look for more aggression.
Yeah, but this Herald is going to go down. Tower surviving for now. TheShy solo as Creme tries to make the play. Haymaker comes out to keep alive. Abel will not get knocked up. Good bit of CC. TheShy can't finish any of these kills. The tower will go down. TheShy doing his best. Oh my god, he gets one! Weibo! How are they getting even of these trades?
I don't... It's... Because... Weibo pretty much inted, like, on that play in every regard, right? We see SofM going
Back
in,
to
pretty much
back.
figured that one over. We see them walk back in under turret, despite the fact that OMG didn't show on the map anywhere else. You still see them right in front of you right there. Able to make miracles.
This is the least respectful I have ever seen Weibo playing. And this is a team with TheShy on. Like, that says something. Weibo just do not care what OMG are trying to do. And OMG ultimately win the trade, right? They get the tower down at the end of the day, but the fact that they lose a player is kind of mind.
Yeah, and we see how it comes out here, right? A bit of damage coming onto Creme from on, then walks in range of TheShy. Huh.
I mean...
Take it away, Munch.
Yeah. Let's just leave that where it lies. Creme not having a fun time against the Sion. It's almost exactly even in gold right now. Each team with varying assets getting them that gold. The 4 kills for Weibo, 1 tower and a couple of kills for OMG. And it feels like a story of the junglers so far, right? Both of these junglers having their own individual advantages, both of them having mythics, and now SofM, the one to find an opportunity. A great shockwave from Angel.
Yeah, and when we've been setting up, right, Creme is the big carry for OMG, as he has been. The fact that he's getting punished so hard, I feel like it's such a big detriment to the side of OMG. Really is a story of junglers, like you're saying, though, both having their mythics. Aki, of course, going towards that Eclipse, which has been coming out a lot more prominently. Ooh, hook lands.
Yeah, it's on though, not really ideal, and SofM nearby. Back away, but Aki is moving over as well. I'm not sure that this is a dragon that Weibo can realistically start for the time being. It is an Infernal as that second one, so could be another Cloud Soul potentially. Still other options available. We'll have to wait and see. It is OMG are going to be the ones on that Drake. This will be their second Drake of the game as well. Will be an Ocean Soul, so very valuable on that one. Shanji will find his way over the wall. SofM won't find a chance.
Yeah, and we're going to see OMG now just kind of posture on the bot side, but going back to Aki, right, one of the things I really like about Eclipse Graves, I think it feels really good how easily Graves is able to get things like the 6% max HP damage in the shield. So easy auto, E-auto, be able to proc all that. Is that SofM? You know, we have a lot of like almost potential kind of aggression come out. But never full committals from either side. Is actually on our mini-map on the bot side, OMG looks like they're going to be able to get bot turret.
SofM had Smite. And he chose to just try and take that red buff without that. He chose to just try and steal it, despite being 2 levels down. And now he's... SofM, what are you doing, man? What is going on? He's trying to 2v1 the solo lanes for the chicken. Smite's early, doesn't even get the chicken. I don't know what's happening. I really don't. This game is getting real weird from Weibo. They are not... I feel like they're riding high off of game number 1. And they're doing what all LPL top teams like to do. They are easy.
You know, the thing I love about like certain teams is you have teams like V5 who kind of always look like they're taking it easy, which means they're not, right? That just means that's how they actually play. You have Weibo, who again, I feel like for a majority of the split have just looked very honed in on what they do. I feel like the interview we just saw was very like spot on, that like Weibo typically doesn't do too much shenanigans in the early game, but seeing it here. Then you have teams like EDG who are typically like very set on what they do every game. We have a lot of different flavors of top teams here in the LPL.
Different levels of discipline as well, right? Because like when you think of, I mean, TheShy is notorious on IG as being one of those players that really is not that disciplined, and when they get a win, they take it easy for the next game. I'd say IG and top esports kind of infamous for that style of gameplay, but Apparently, Weibo
know,
bringing a bit of that flavor themselves.
Speaking of TheShy, something I've been thinking about since he's been playing so many tanks, right, is there was that interview he did, or I don't know if it was when he featured on the LCK, could have been then, where he talked about, he got asked about, like, hey, like, why don't you play tanks well? Like, what's going on? And his answer was something along the lines of, like, oh, I like playing tanks, and I play tanks well. It's just, like, because of the opposite side of the map, I can't play tanks. And everyone, us included, everyone around the world thought that that was the biggest meme, and he was the most non-self-aware person ever. It might turn out that TheShy was right all along.
It would just be hilarious, wouldn't it?
I just also love
just
how
a misunderstood genius ahead of his time.
I also love how he just pretty much publicly, not even low-key, flamed Puff and Southwind with that, because I remember Puff and Southwind were his bot lane at the time when he did the interview.
He's like, what can I do? Well, he didn't say it in those words, but it's essentially like, there's only so much he can do. Oh, man. I love TheShy. Honestly, he's one of those players as well that, with interviews, he's not necessarily one of the ones that every interview is a banger, like Ale, for example, but he's one of those players that occasionally you'll get an interview and there's just some gems in there. Herald play in the mid lane right now for OMG as he gets another charge in. And they won't. Will they actually? Actually, they're going to finish the tier 2, and that means they can go for an all-in onto On as well. Huge swing in favor of OMG. Double tower with a pick on top of it. And they get away scot-free off the back of the play. Really nice one. And that's a 2,000 gold lead now.
Yeah, and they completely take advantage of the fact that Weibo were committing so many members to sides. Of course, you have TheShy catching top wave because Shanji's pushing that one in aggressively, but both SofM and Angel hovering around bot allowed for 2 free turrets to go over the side of OMG, and OMG now opening up a respectable 2k gold lead, about to be third dragon as well. OMG will be on stall point if they're able to secure this one. You expect, ooh, Creme? Can be able to find it?
I think SofM can just gallop on out of this one. And I'm hoping 45 seconds is enough time for SofM smite to come back up, because he did just smite the Gromp there, with Drake about to come up. But now, as you're saying, this is kind of a bit of a squeaky bum moment right here for Weibo, where they're on the cusp of losing soul point, and now they're going to be forced into a fight while down in gold. How do you expect this one to go for Weibo? Like, what's the game plan? How do they make this work?
I'm not sure, because honestly, I'm kind of surprised that Shanji going up towards top first. I guess he will have time to come back, but I feel like for OMG, these resets coming out a little bit late. They could have already been looking and winning the contest over this mid wave and forcing their way into River first and making it very awkward for Weibo. But Weibo getting a little bit of a reprieve in terms of the reset timings coming out from the side of OMG. Ooh, On looking for a big fling.
Secret agent on. Cue the Mission Impossible music as he goes for a huge
flank.
But once again, SofM just starts this Drake off. Over the wall goes Creme, and it's stolen by Aki. That's more like it, OMG. Pulling them into the fight, but Weibo already rooted on this one, able to jump in on forwards as well. Does OMG have everything? But TheShy 1v3 in the back line right now. OMG cleaning up the front, though. It doesn't matter what TheShy is doing, because Creme and Abel are taking over. TheShy forced to flash away. Weibo are on the wrong side of the map right now. I'm not sure where they're planning on going as they tank the towers on the way across. Health bars low, collateral damage not enough. They will escape with their lives, but they lose the Drake.
And that was just so nice coming out from Aki. Finding the steal brings Weibo Gaming very close for OMG to be able to find the fight. He's going to be able to get away much. Is he going to do it? He does it.
He's fine. Not even close, baby. 5-5 now on the scoreboard. 4,000 gold or 3,000 gold lead in favor of OMG and Soul Point as well. We could go to 3 games here.
Yeah, and we're going to see Creme coming in, Aki with the flash. They're both able to, you know, secure that one. It also allows for some good damage to come out onto SofM with the fact that 2 members are in. Easily able to jump in. And then massive Gore Drinker proc, stopping Shanji from being able to go down. And then the decisiveness from both Creme and Abel to be able to jump in and just instantly delete the Zeri. I mean, Tristana Ryze, there's a ton of burst between that duo. So, like in Game 1 where we're talking about the decisiveness from On to recognize the moments, the target selection from OMG in that fight was just impeccable.
It really was. And so many teams against TheShy get baited, right? When he goes for these 1v3s on the back line, it's like, okay, everyone turns around and tries to deal with the Sion. OMG don't fall for the bait. They still play correctly. They still go and take down the carries. And look at Abel now. 2.5 items in his pocket. Has the 2 extra kills for himself. And Creme, even though he had, let's be honest, a disastrous start to this game, now on the 2 items on this Ryze, he'll continue to just scale beautifully. And Aki as well, a massive damage dealer at this point for OMG.
Yeah, and I feel like Aki and Abel kind of being the ones to step up in these fights, which is nice, right? Because no matter how many, we'll just say XD moments that Abel has kind of shown us throughout the split, I feel like Abel also does have those standout games where he completely, you know, takes over. He steps up. He's the big team fight carry. So
yeah. Sitting
2 items right now in the Tristana, Lord Dominic's picked up to be able to deal with the fact that, I mean, Weibo just having a ton of tanks, right? TheShy, SofM, and On all going to be itemizing armor is huge. And OMG right now look like they want to try and maybe bait a Baron.
Or maybe just do a Baron. Maybe let's find this one off, but they will back away. And it's a good Rune Prism, and SofM on the front line has to just ult, but it's too late. CC'd up and taken down. Very nicely done by OMG, a beautiful bait. And now an opportunity onto the Baron itself. Weibo are going to have to contest 4v5. They have no smite available. Keep your eyes on Angel's Shockwave. That has to be what comes out from Weibo, but in fact, they don't even need it to come out. They just bully OMG away without ever having to fight.
Yeah, we see OMG pivoting towards having Shanji push in top, so might be able to get some decent damage onto that turret. But looks like Weibo are going to be able to guarantee this mid lane turret. Doesn't look... Oh, nice realm warp. Huh. I didn't expect it.
Pleasantly surprised.
You know, Munch, people don't know this. We've talked about it, but you know, we don't have game sounds when we cast. So there's like a lot of like things where like audio cues would be very helpful that we just don't have. So there's a lot of things we have to guess. We see here, OMG, we're just baiting out the Baron. All that damage was just Aki and Abel. Creme zoning on the other side of the fight. And again, they're just huge right now. We see Abel making his way towards his third items. Serpent's Fang being built by Aki with the amount of shielding on the opposite side. I think he'll be getting a lot of value out of that one. And overall, just the amount of damage he'll be able to do, not only against the squishies, but even against the tanks like we just saw, is huge.
Yeah, it certainly is. SofM having a struggle in this one. Drake up in 40 seconds. That'll be sold. Weibo have to find something. They have to find a way back into this game because the 3K, 4K gold down at this point. On perhaps needs to be the one to start things off. But TheShy on enemy lines right here. Creme slowed, knocked up. Can they get the follow-up? But Creme's still full HP. No significant damage and a good little bit of blasting magic back towards them. It's going to mean that OMG wins the trade. Now towards the pit we go. On a secret agent mission, but he's walked over a wall. They know exactly where he is. He's still on set though, so maybe that's okay with him. Set doesn't mind being the center of attention. Is able actually jump straight towards On. Trying to force him away on this one. Dragon now onto the map. OMG feels like in control, but TheShy might be able to answer that one. On pushed out the bottom side of the play here. The Weibo trying to muscle their way in towards the Drake.
Creme might find a flank though.
Oh my days, he's in the perfect spot. Gets the Frost onto Angel. Oh, the flash shockwave. It doesn't do anything though. It looked nice, but that's all it was. TheShy in the backline onto Code. Cannot do anything. And this is surely all about OMG. Abel still going strong. Shanji trying to chase down TheShy and finish him off. There's a kill for Creme on the backline as Huanfeng alone as he tries to stop them getting the Dragon Soul, but there is nothing he can do. OMG with the Soul.
Yeah, OMG playing that one so patiently. We see Shanji zoning off. On gives him the route to find his own flank. Creme doing the same on the opposite side. And OMG have the soul. They're going to be able to pivot this into a Baron as well. This is surely a win for the side of OMG with the gold lead they have.
What is Huanfeng doing? He's on the wrong side of the map. Trying to get the chickens right now. He's going to get hooked up, CC down by Cold. Trying to get over the wall, but he's ignited. It goes under a tower. Huanfeng?
You know, we cast the LPL, so I shouldn't be able to say this, but I'm going to say it. This is like one of the most... This game has some of the most head-scratching plays we've seen from a team, like, one after another, right? We think about the earlier dives and now this. But again, Creme finding this flank, gets straight on top of Angel, locks him down, a ton of damage coming out from him and Aki as well. Shanji getting a knock-up on the 2 members there. And I love how On comes in. Abel's full HP, says, screw it, my team's dead. I want to feel like I did something. ults in, tries to flash away, does go down. And overall, OMG able to find 4 kills. They don't care that Huanfeng's here. They just immediately go back to secure that dragon for themselves.
Yep, beautifully done here by OMG. And honestly, all of these shenanigans that Weibo are pulling out, it feels like they're trying to distract and manipulate OMG and make them play a silly game instead of trying to win League of Legends. And OMG are not falling for it, right? 7,000 gold lead. In fact, almost 8,000 gold lead at this point in favor of OMG. They have that Ocean Soul, which is going to be a pain in the side of Weibo for the rest of this one. And with Baron now, you'd expect OMG can start to dot those eyes across the T's and actually close this game out. They've just got to break into the base.
Yeah, and I feel like it'll be easy for them to do so because when you look at Weibo, they still don't have too much damage built up so far. I feel like it'll be quite hard for them to do anything to pretty much anyone other than Abel, right? Creme right now is so tanky, almost on his second item. Cold, picking up the Evan Shroud. I mean, we've already seen Shanji so many times getting so low, and then what the Gore Drinker is able to do from having Hysterics now as well. So for Weibo, I still you're so far away from doing damage that this will be a pretty easy game for OMG to be able to close out as they are playing through 2 lanes right now, rotating the rest of their members up towards that top side to take down that last tier 2 turret.
Yeah, should be able to finish that one off, and that might just push them over towards a 10,000 gold lead as well. They're really starting to just completely take control of this one, but SofM wants to play onto Creme to start this off. He is damn tanky with all 5 members of Weibo just jumping on top of him. That's a good pick for the boys in black and yellow. I guess it's just a black jersey, isn't it? I don't know.
Yeah, black, red, white, and yellowish orange.
Yeah. It's not as nice as the Suning jersey, is it? I'm gonna say it. The Suning jersey, so much nicer. That blue and yellow one, that's so clean.
I agree. You know, it is nice when teams have like more personality to their jerseys. You know me. I bought the RNG and the V5 jersey, and they look very similar. Yeah, very similar.
Yeah, I don't know. There
Even
are some teams decide really nice ones. Some teams
I was gonna say,
don't care about this.
There's one that makes me sad because I feel like anyone's legend can have the coolest jersey ever with their logo. I think SofM should just be dead.
Yeah,
he's gone.
It's another pick from OMG as On decides it's time to go on to Abel. It's a 2v2. The bottom lane's battling it out once more, but there's a Realm Warp coming and there's an Ocean Soul in play as well. Shy can't find the knockup. And it looks like it will just be SofM dropping as OMG maintain their control of this game. And I mean, I don't really know what we're fighting over at this point. I'm not sure what SofM was looking for.
They know we're talking about who has good and bad jerseys, and they realize that both of their teams have very simple jerseys, and they're just both pissed off and angry, and they're just flailing their arms at anything they could find.
Yeah,
that's what I've gotten.
That is the best analysis.
I'm going.
Creme is caught yet again here. I think he's okay though. The Ocean Soul is going to help him. TheShy goes for the ultimate as well. There's a knockup. Can they stop the blast cone? Yes, they can. Creme's in trouble. Doesn't have Realm Warp. He's still not taking any damage yet. As the chase continues. Huanfeng is actually just going to lose the 1v1 though. And the rest of OMG are currently just winning the game.
He's getting so much value out of the phase rush as well. Being able to consistently get that speed up to get away. And my God, looks like TheShy going to go down. And like you said, OMG, 2 inhibitors. 3 turrets off. Actually, only 2 turrets. Tier 2 bot was already gone, I think. So 2 turrets, 2 inhibitors. Creme sadly not solo killing TheShy. Would have been some great energy.
Can someone please just clip that whole sequence and put the Yakety Sax music behind it? That was that was hilarious. We are going to have SofM for some reason trying to get the mid wave by himself while his team is in the fountain. Not entirely sure that he's having the greatest mental game of his life. Let's word it like that.
No, and now for OMG, I love what they're doing, right? They're still just looking for these aggressive picks. Angel trying to come around, but now he's spotted.
He's spotted. A little bit of vision control for Weibo around the red buff at very least, but it's not going to be enough. The Elder, started off here by OMG, will be easily taken. way with SofM sort of running it down mid right before that came up. With an Elder.
Munch,
They were already winning the fight, so I feel like this is so over.
I was gonna say, I feel like typically as casters, you don't really want to say game's over, but this game is done. So this game is as over as it gets. Over 10k gold lead. Soul, Elder, when Baron spawns, they can just go straight to Baron. They can do whatever they want.
The crazy thing to me is, how the hell have OMG not ended the game yet? Because they've been this far ahead for a long old time. I feel like they could just walk this one in, but they're playing it slow and steady wins the race, I guess. Unless the race is how fast you can win at League of Legends, and then fast and aggressive wins the race. Here we go. OMG just going to start the Baron off because they know they can team fight. They know if WBG, Weibo Gaming, try and contest, they can't do it. Sentences are hard at this point. Look at Weibo. Why are they looking for a fight? Even if you get a pick, you're going to lose.
Yeah, I think what they're hoping is that the rest of them go up to lane. Oh, they're just dead, Munch, they're just dead!
Oh my god! Aki just one-shots Angel while he's grouped up with his team. Oh, if it wasn't done before, it certainly is. Now OMG finally have the confidence to barrel into the base with these Baroned up minions, with an Elder Dragon. Surely nothing can stop them. The Nexus Towers will fall. And Lyric, we're going to 3 games. Weibo, this is what we talked about before the series. One game, they look like the best team of the league. The next, you're just left scratching your head.
Yeah, nicely from OMG, looking super happy with that one, as they should be, right? Able to start finding those early game leads.